Good evening, everyone. Thanks very much for being here. Welcome to AI for Marketers. Happy New Year. Let's get 2024 started with our first AI user group meetup. A few announcements before we get going with our first speaker. We're having a conference at the end of this month, if you didn't notice yet. This is our annual conference. It happens once a year. So this is it. It's actually sold out on the website, but if you scan this QR code and you use the code AIUG Rocks, you can get a free GA pass. This is an exclusive offer for our audience here. So grab that. The deadline is January 15th. If you miss it, it's too late. If you miss it, I'll post it again at the very end, I promise. We also have a discount for the Pro Pass if you'd like to upgrade. There's a discount code at the bottom, AIUG Pro, if you're interested in the VIP option. So take a look, and either way, just get in there. We'd love to have you at the conference. This is January 29th, 2024. We'll have Smartly, Notion, Canva, Forethought, Zapier on Marketer Day, to just name a few. Okay, where is this? It's down the street. It's 5 blocks from here. It's called the Hibernia. It's 4 floors. Main stage is under this enormous, opulent stained glass windows. We'll have 3 workshop rooms going simultaneously, so there's a lot of activity for learning about new AI-powered tools and also receive training on these tools. So that's the conference. So with that being said, let's look at tonight's agenda. First, we'll hear from Nick, then we'll hear from Ian, then we'll hear from Tifany. At 8 o'clock, you can come up here where I'm standing and make an announcement to kick off networking, introduce yourself to everyone. And at 8:05, we'll have some pizza and get to know each other. Doors close at 8:50. So that's the agenda. I didn't say hello to the LinkedIn live audience, so LinkedIn, thanks for being here as well. We appreciate you. What else? Let's go. So our first speaker is Nick Park. Nick is the co-founder and product development engineer at Fliption. The title of his talk is Create Product Images with Virtual Models Using Face Swap Technologies. Without further delay, here is Nick Park.
Hi, my name is Nick. I'm a co-founder and a software engineer in Fliption. We're Fliption, and we are trying to tackle the human model sourcing problem for fashion marketers in fashion and marketing agencies. And we got a pre-seed round from the venture capital, which is based in Silicon Valley at March 2022. So let's say that you're trying to sell clothes in Los Angeles, LA, in California. You have to decide which models gonna use, and also whom you sell it to. Most of these things are really time consuming, and then it is really hard to select. Even if you have a model taking a photo shoot on a specific day is really hard. So our solution is by recommending system, we let users know which model is right to your products, as well as your target customers. And also, we apply the virtual model to your contents by face swap technologies in a few seconds. So without further ado, let's go to our demo. So here's the Fliption's P2P SaaS service. It is on development mode, so please keep an eye on it. And then here are projects right now. The projects means that the workplace that you can do the things in the Fliption platform. So here's the projects that have been already made. But if you want to make a new project, then you can click the button right above top right on the screen. So we guide you to write your project name, such as SS season. And then if you write the project name, then you can go to the next stage. So in this stage, we ask you the brands that you like or you wanted to follow. And more detail, we ask the industries as well as products, which means that which industries are you interested in, and also what kind of products do you have. Let's say I want to sell the clothes and also fashion industries. And also we ask you the target customers, which customers are you targeting, and then currently I'm going to select it to 20 to 30s. Lastly, we ask the similar brands, which means that what kind of brands is similar with your brands. And then if you click, and then here's the another questions, which is the model mood. And in this question, ask you that what kind of moods of model do you like? So maybe you like the lovely and rough model, or you like something you like maybe luxury models. And if you select all of this, and then you can select the get started. All this information that we got from the user is usually used to our recommendation systems. And then after you make the projects, you can go to the projects. And then here's you can find your ideal model, and then we give 3 ways to find your model. The first one is the filter. So here are various criteria that we give to users. So here's the products, and then all the industries, and then moods, something like that. So if you click the any like products or maybe industries or mood, and then you can filter out the model that we have. And also here's the search bar. Let's say that I want to find some kind of like luxury model. Then if you type the luxury model, then you can see all the models, and then these are created by the AI. And then we call it as like virtual model. And then if you want to see the more detailed info, then you can click the model like this. And then the detailed info related this model is like products and industries and the mood. This model looks like modern, chic, and luxury. Do you think this guy's modern, chic, and luxury? Yeah, thank you. And also, the last way that you can find your model is the upload reference images. Some of our customers that we've collaborated so far was that they don't know which kind of models that they like. They cannot say, I like the luxury model or lovely and rough model, but they just gave us some kind of images. Oh, I want to use this type of model. So we make this feature from that customers. So if I click the reference images button, and then, oh, wait a sec. Yeah, here, I'm going to select 2 images. So these 2 images is these images. This is a random model that I've got right now, and then the second model is Selena Gomez. In this feature, give me the new generated virtual model based on the reference images that I uploaded. So here's the 3 different model that I've got. Let's look more detail. The first one is like this. Do you guys think that this model looks resemble with the images that I uploaded before? And then this one is the second model. Yeah, it is pretty much similar with this one, but slightly different. And then the last one is here, these images. So currently, we give 3 different types of model based on the reference images, but if users want, we can give as many as different types of virtual models. So after you, so far we searched a lot of models, and then out of this model, Can you see this?
So the left hand, is it the original image or is it a generated one?
Of the three images, which is the left side is a generated images, and then the right two images are the original things.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Nick? Perfect. Just thanks very much. And
Yeah, sure. Hey, my name is Joe. Thank you for the presentation. I just have one question here.
Yeah.
You had a limited set of moods and a limited set of consumer industries. So what if two brands fall under the same category? Would the model images be repetitive for the two brands or the two companies? How do you handle that? Yeah.
Can you say that again?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I didn't get that yet.
No, I can be a
It's
little
too
fast.
fast for me.
Yeah, sorry. Great presentation. So I had a question with regards to, there were a bunch of industries and there were a bunch of different moods.
Yeah, I
So
got
what
that.
if two companies fall under the same category and have choose a similar mood board as well? So then would the model images generated for the two use cases be
Yeah.
similar? How do you handle such cases?
Oh, yeah. That is a really good question. So from the service perspective, we let users use the same models for the face swap technologies. But if some users maybe want to use that model only themselves, right? And in that case, they have to pay more for use that model by themselves only.
Perfect,
Yeah.
thank you. And
Yeah.
a follow-up question would be,
Yeah.
is there a chance for, like you showed us the images post-processing till you got the final model's image, is there a way that the brands could add their products on top of the model? Would that be the final step here?
Yeah, that's the milestone on our roadmap. Yeah,
Okay, thank you for the demo.
thank you.
next question.
Hey, great job, man. It looks awesome.
Thank you.
Just, I guess a follow up on what you mentioned, right?
Uh-huh.
Are you teaching the AI existing kind of like ads? Like for example, Adidas, right? Like they have their own ad on like Times Square, right? Like, are you teaching any of that information to your model? And I guess a follow up question would be, did you make the model yourself, or are you using technology underneath that to generate these face swaps?
What is the first question?
So the first question is, are you training it somehow? How are you training it based on like the brand, right? Like, are you looking at ads that have been out there in the wild, or are you looking at like maybe magazine images of like existing models for like Coach or like Louis Vuitton, right? Are you teaching it that data, or is that like on the roadmap?
So the first thing, the training thing, currently we are not training on our AI model. We just use the open source data to generate the face. And for a brand, we analyze the model related to specific brands, let's say the Nike, and then we grab the model related to Nike, and then we analyze that face data. Gotcha. Yeah, and then we compare the virtual face with the virtual face with analyzed face, and then we recommend our users that this model is quite similar or famous from the Nike. That's how we decide this model is famous. And what was the second question?
Yeah, the second one would be like, did you make your own model, or like you mentioned leveraging open source technology.
Yeah.
I don't want you to spill your secret sauce or anything, man, but like, how do you kind of like put this together? You feel free to say no.
Yeah, I want to say that, but time's ticking right now. Yeah, so maybe I can tell you after
Sure,
I
no
have
problem.
finished this
Yeah, all right,
presentation.
no problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question for Nick.
Hello, this is very
Hi.
cool.
Thank you.
So for right now, is that still working? Okay.
Yeah.
For right now, you showed a face swap. At what point, and maybe this is on your roadmap, but are you able to, like, do people have to already have an on-figure photo to be able to use this model, or will you be able to just take a flat picture of the clothes that people are trying to market and that work with this model?
Currently, we only give the face swap technologies to users, but by March, we're going to add the face swap technology to the video too, and then and also from the technologies, we currently working on the virtual try-on. This technology is applying the clothes to the virtual model without any photo shoot things, and then those technologies will be applied to our platform too. Yeah. So that is
That's further
all.
down the road.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Nick at this time? Perfect.
Hi.
Hi.
You mentioned you offer A/B testing capabilities to your customers. I was wondering if you implement an A/B testing platform as part of your product, or are you leveraging a separate platform?
We are currently considering various ways to build this feature, since time is gold, right? So if I can. If there is a decent A/B testing tool, like suggesting A/B test API, then I'm really happy to use that to build the A/B testing service.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nick, I have a question from.
Online or?
We lost actually we lost your signal.
I didn't mention one thing. Our closed beta gonna be opened at the end of this weekend, and also our open beta is gonna be held on the end of the January. So if you guys are interested in our service in closed beta, then feel free to ask me.
Nick, I have a question from the LinkedIn live audience. This is from Rajesh Gupta. His question is, do you do any post-processing on the image after generating? Because many times AI-generated images have a lot of errors. Are there any post-processing?
Yeah, we do post-processing, such as when we apply the face swap technologies, and then if source images and target images, the face size of source images and target images are different, then the outline of face is blurred, usually blurred. So for the processing currently we apply is to erase those kind of things. Yeah.
Perfect. Any other questions for Nick? Nick, I have another question. You just came from CES in Las Vegas?
Yeah, right.
Is there anything AI related that you noticed that caught your attention? Anything interesting?
Yeah, CES is started on the morning, and then I came here at morning, so I didn't get any AI service over there. So I will figure it out after I finish this.
Okay, perfect. And you're going back to Las Vegas tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, okay.
Yeah.
We have time for one more question for Nick.
Hi, Nick. Thanks for the demo as this work.
Thank
so
you.
I'm wondering, what is your target audience, and is there any active user right now using the product?
Yes. So Our target customer is marketer in fashion or marketing agencies, and then they who are trying to source a human model. Yeah, and that is our target customers. And what is the second one?
How many active users are using the product?
Oh, so far we do our business by outsourcing. So this SaaS service is currently. So what we are trying to do is moving those our partners to our SaaS service. That's our goal, actually. And then the number of the customers that we collaborate so far is more than 30. Yeah.
Got you. So I think like, for example, like people use like Photoshop tools to do this today. Like, how do you think like the product is like the weapon to differentiate like your product to other like Photoshop tools?
Yeah. So that is a really good question. So I don't think our service is the photo editing service. Our target customer is marketer, and then we help the marketers to sourcing model more efficiently, and also we let users know. We let users know which models is right to your products or target customers. So that's what we are doing. So I think we are different from just photo editing tools.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nick, I have one final developer-related question because you're a developer,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Are you using any AI-powered coding tools or copilots in your work?
Currently, I was an ex-Amazonian, so I'm currently using Code Whisperer, AWS Code Whisperer. That service is really good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Let's give Nick a round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nick. Okay. Next up, we have Ian Gomez. Ian is head of field marketing and events at Writer. The title of his talk is Mastering the Art of Generative AI Content Creation in Minutes. And in just a few minutes or seconds, we'll get his laptop plugged in and ready to go.
All right. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Okay. All right. So my name is Ian. I lead field marketing and events at Writer. Who's heard of Writer? Just out of curiosity. 4 people. Awesome. You may or may have not seen our billboards on 101 and Van Ness. So. Just a little bit about me. I'm going to start off with, just a background. I've been in sales, luxury retail, and B2B tech marketing for about 15 and a half years, primarily in the AI space. So I was at H2O for about 6 years, building out our integrated marketing team there, and kind of hopped around at Grid AI and finally landed at Writer. I'm a local Bay Area native, born and raised in the East Bay, Union City, if you know where that is. I currently reside in Sunnyvale with my partner and our 2 kids, plus our fur baby, Babushka. So about my generative AI journey, everything happened in 2020 in terms of COVID. My team was highly focused on in-person events. So I had to pivot them somehow and make them, I'd say, revenue, I made up this title, these digital revenue marketers focus on content creation. So one of the first technologies I used was Grammarly, because we weren't generally content creators. I myself, probably not the best writer at the time. So I used Grammarly just to help the team write better. As that progressed, tools like Jasper, Copy AI, WordTune started to come about. And the number one use case I would use it for is repurposing, rewriting. And so I've been on this journey for about 2.5 years. And then I started to notice that the outputs started to be a little funky. Like sometimes it didn't make sense of why things were being generated. And then OpenAI came out in November. Big, in terms of ChatGPT, obviously it was a huge moment for the industry. Then I left my job. I went to Bali. I kind of promised myself I would go to a company that I could relate to, that helps marketers, and that was Writer. So this was our first AI Leaders Forum event in San Francisco. Just tremendous momentum within our organization. And just a brief thing about Writer. So we are a enterprise AI platform built for the enterprise. Here are a few of our customers. We're based here in San Francisco. We raised a recent round in September, Series B, and we have about 200 customers based in enterprise. Some use cases: create, analyze, and govern. So those are kind of your very popular use cases of how our enterprises uses Writer. So creating content from scratch and repurposing existing work, analyzing and finding answers to summarize different types of content from different data sources, and governing your content. So we like to call those your AI guardrails, keeping you compliant and having consistency within your brand. So my top 3, how I use generative AI every day. When I just can't think, sometimes it's difficult to put pen on paper. So some use cases I use Writer, campaign briefs, ideations on themes for an upcoming event, or difficult situations you need to get out of, which is kind of my favorite. So it's time to ask Writer. So Writer's web-based, so you could log in. Y'all could try it out for 2 weeks. Just log in with your Google email. Here, this is what the user face looks like. Let me just zoom in for you. Give me 1 second. Whoops. Can you guys see that? Sweet. Okay, so one recent thing I did was we're going to an event called NRF. It's the National Retail Federation event. It's next week. And one of the things I tasked my team to do was, hey, you need to create a program brief for the sales team. And I'm like, use Writer. So one thing here's your context window where you enter the prompt. You could add a source, whether that's from your computer, a URL, which will scrape the website. You could paste in text. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go on the NRF website, pull that in, add a source, put the URL, let that load, give it a second. And I already have my prompt ready here. So my tip for prompt crafting is create a prompt that like you're speaking to a 2-year-old, so very prescriptive, very specific. So I did that. Give me a second. So create me a campaign brief for an upcoming event called NRF that I need to present to the sales team at a sales meeting focused on generating pipeline and new meetings for retail prospects focused on Writer's generative AI capabilities. Let's hit enter. So it's similar to like that ChatGPT interface, like an AI assistant. So just give it a minute to give your outputs. I'll go back to big screen. Let me zoom in for you all in the back there. And let Writer give you a second. So I think one of the biggest differentiators with Writer and other tools is our large language models are the data that is trained on is business and writing data. So it sounds a lot more accurate. It sounds like more like a person in business that wrote this. So here's a quick overview of what this campaign brief look like. So there's the objective of the campaign, kind of outlining the target audience for you, key messages, some campaign channels and tactics, email marketing, social media advertising, content marketing, all the different details within a brief that you need to present to your sales team. So that's kind of one of the ways I use Writer at Writer, because we go to tons of events each year, or actually each month. All right, We go back to the slides. 2. So who loves building blogs? Just one person, awesome. 2 people, cool. In terms of writers' capabilities, it really allows me to use my expertise versus just focus on writing. As I said, I'm not the best writer, but with AI, kind of am. Ask writer time. Any ideas or topics you want writer to do a blog on? I heard mental health. Okay, cool. Let's go to Blog Builder. Let's say how to, maybe I'll get your guys' help. What should the blog title be about mental health? Anxiety. Yes. How to handle anxiety when, what's that? Oh, using fur babies, okay. Using fur babies. And so you could optimize it for SEO. So you could put fur babies, Pomeranians, anxiety. You could also generate similar titles just using that click of a button. So furry friends, how Pomeranians can help manage anxiety. Pomeranian therapy, the anxiety reducing power of furry companions. I kind of like that. And then optional CTA. So what should the CTA be? What's that, buy a dog? How about adopt a puppy? How about that? Yeah, adopt now, there you go. Sweet. So next, as you create blogs, it'll create an outline for you. Sweet. So as that created the different kind of top line points, so how fur babies can help, how to choose the right fur baby, Pomeranians, the perfect anxiety relief, success stories, how fur babies helped real people, and where to adopt a fur baby. So if you're good with these points, or if you're not, you could kind of rearrange them, X them out, or add a new section. After key points, it'll start to generate a new kind of points under those. So then, how fur babies can help. Fur babies provide unconditional love and companionship, reducing feelings of loneliness and isolation. So as you go through these different points within the main topics of your blog, you can regenerate them if you're not happy with those particular points, continually add a point under each section. And then lastly, depending on the internet, may take a minute. Grab a drink of water. What's that? As with live demos. There you go. So you could use this draft all sectioned out for you. And of course, we like to say keeping humans in the loop. So obviously you would read this, add your spin. There you go. So on to the next use case for me and how I use Writer every day. So as an event marketer and kind of digital marketer, we used to do a lot of webinars and recordings of events. I used to spend hours, if not days, listening to recording over and over and over, trying to get insights from them. I wish I had this when I was back at H2O in 2017, because just the iterations and time it took, and it was a lot. But this is an exciting, this is kind of my favorite function within Writer, is the ability to summarize those recording within probably minutes. So ask Writer time. So for context, this is my first event at Writer. My CEO said, "Hey, can you record me on my phone, on your phone?" And I'm like, "Great, I could upload this into YouTube. put it into Writer, and gather those insights within minutes. So I'm going to grab the YouTube link. So right up there. This is our recaps builder function. So you could either add a URL, you can upload any media file with those included there. You could paste the transcripts from a particular event as well. And then kind of recording type. Was it an event? Was it a sales meeting? Was it a customer success meeting, and the different parameters with each product, training, large-scale meeting like an all-hands or small-scale meeting, team sync, or job interview. So really writers kind of across your org in terms of who can use it or who should use it. All right. Here's that YouTube link. I'm going to name this AI. It's called the Generative AI event in London. Actually, let me do that. So this may take a minute, especially when the files are a bit longer. This is about a 33-minute talk, but I like to do this one live because it's pretty cool. Question, yes?
Is it digesting the transcript, or is it actually going through the entire video and like decoding it on the fly, or like, do you know how it's actually listening to?
It is. So actually, this doesn't take too long. But it is going through the video and analyzing it's the voices of the speakers, and then using that to create this lovely outline. So here you go. Sometimes obviously you still have to tweak it. It was May Habib from CEO as a key speaker. Ranjan Roy is one of our key customers from a company called Adore Me, which is part of Victoria's Secret. It's a women's intimate apparel brand. And it kind of gives you the outline of the agenda. So what happened? Introduction to the companies and their use of AI. Discussion of how Writer has been helping Adore Me. Explanation of the process of automating product descriptions. That's their use case, how they use Writer with us at scale. What I love about it is it gives you the takeaways from this particular talk. So one of the takeaways were generative AI played a significant role in automating and improving content production for the intimate apparel brand Adore Me. And you kind of go through this and see the different takeaways, quotes that Ranjan spoke about on his talk, insights surfaced, key quotes, and my favorite part on top of this is you hit highlights. Let me zoom out there. So this will pull from the actual summarization here and give you the meta description for your website. Even pare it down further in terms of a summary, and then you have LinkedIn and Twitter posts ready to go. So it's really, a 40-minute talk that would probably take you a few hours to a few days, pared down to a few minutes, and getting those insights right away. All right. Going back to my slides. Sorry. And now our questions.
Okay, let's start Q&A. I have a question from the LinkedIn virtual audience. This is from Ilan Vagestein. Love the writer samples. How different will the results be versus GPT-4 that I'm using daily for blogs and other content?
Yeah, I think one of the differentiators within Writer is the data that it's trained on. I think GPT-4 is trained on the entire internet. So depending on what they're talking about, our platform is really built for the enterprise and business writing. So the outputs may differ from that perspective.
Awesome. Okay. And let's start here in the front row. And just a reminder, if you could please stand so everyone can see you on camera, if you don't mind. And pass the mic when you're finished, behind you.
So if I have, I guess, if I already have a blog or whatever, if I have other background data, can you all train on it or look it up and then base my questions on that?
Yeah, so there's different tiers on how you use Writer. There's a kind of team version where you get kind of those basic functionalities of the 25 apps for 2 weeks. If you look into like the enterprise platform, we could actually train an LLM based on your data, so it sounds like you. And so that could be a potential if you're interested in creating your own specific LLM with us. Hi.
Hi, my name is Sophia. Writer is amazing.
Awesome, thanks, Sophia.
I have a threefold question, but
Okay.
I'll make it simple. The first one is, how is Writer handling bias in Gen AI?
Yeah.
The second question is, if we are all experts now, because we all can blog and we all can do amazing articles without being experts, how are we going to keep people actually engaged in reading them? So why would I go now to a blog and read it when I know that I can, either ask, Gen AI myself, or I know that it's not necessarily written by a person? How, as a marketer, you're going to keep the actual interest in people when everything is becoming easier, and I would even dare say a little bit superficial? You're not that invested as before, right?
Right.
And the third question would be, after all this said and done, a blog, I was a blogger a long time ago,
Sweet.
and a blog is going to not always continue to be a blog. Do you foresee something more, where does the blog go from here? Would it be like smaller snippets of blogs? Would it be like a, something much shorter that you can ingest like really, really quickly? Or you're still going to do like the 1,500, 750 words? Thank you.
Yeah, great question. So let me see if I remember all three. So one, how we handle bias with Writer. It's the govern aspect of it. So you could dictate when you use Writer if you want to do kind of inclusivity words. So like, when you use Writer, when you put she or he, it kind of flags it and says maybe put them, because we're from our style guide, we don't genderize or assume genders within our own style guide. So there's an ability to do that within Writer, so then it's not biased towards a specific, particularly gender. And remind me, what was your second question?
Sorry, I know there were three questions.
No worries.
The second question was, how are we going to keep the consumer engaged if we all know that blogs are being generated by services like Writer and everybody's an expert? Who is actually going to go and read those articles that are being generated, since everything seems to be a little bit more superficial and artificial?
Yeah.
And the third question was, in the example of the blog writing, what do you foresee being the next step for blogging? Because blogging has been, around for a while. It started with like magazines and articles and columns, and then it went blogging and all those things. So now, from blogging for the near future, do you see another type of platform that is, I guess, that more innovative than blogging? Did I explain myself?
Yeah. I think I'll address the first one. I think, actually the last one, I think short form content could be interesting in terms of like LinkedIn. I think for us, since we're a writing company and we're a writer, so blogs do really well for our channel. We get a lot of value. Obviously, we use parts of it for Writer, but we also have a content team, right? So like, they are kind of the subject matter experts behind all of our content, so they know how to make it engaging. And obviously, we integrate Writer into it. Like, for instance, we do like a summarization at top, of like this blog is about A, B, and C, and it says summarized by Writer. So kind of integrating our tool with that content and making it not only kind of interesting in terms of reading, but in terms of the images we use, how it's branded on our website, how it's promoted. So I think that's one way. And I'm sorry, the second question one more time. I'm like not good with like yeah, that's okay.
The second question was, how are we going to keep, as marketers, how are we going to keep consumers engaged for them to actually go to our websites and read generative AI content created in all of our platforms?
Yeah, and I think that's one thing. I always like to, whenever I'm generating content or using Writer or any other tool, is to really put my own spin on it, right? I think that's one thing I always try to say, and this word's kind of funky. I think the goal of Gen AI is not to do 100%, maybe like 80 to 90, and then put your spin on it to make it a little more interesting or showing off your expertise in that particular subject. So, yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Jamie. I was just wondering, from a marketing standpoint, what are some challenges that Writer is facing as a company? Has it been pretty difficult to get enterprises to adopt this new technology, or is everyone pretty much on board these days?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of, I've been to lots of events, spoken to a lot of customers. It's just confusion and education. I think there's a lot of confusion in the market right now. In terms of what tools to use. And I think one thing that Writer is pretty good at is just, for our content, having great content and explaining that. We're a very in-person company as well. So like we do tons of events. We like to meet customers in person. But in terms of an enterprise, I think it's just in general, it is a challenge for any like Series B startup to break into the enterprise, but we've had proven traction more recently of going up market and going to the enterprise. So, thank you.
Next question.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you for a great presentation. My name is Lydia. I'm early stage startup founder, also build an AI marketing tool for enterprises.
Nice.
So I just checked that you work in 10 months in the Writer. Yeah, but maybe you know the stories. What was at the beginning, from which this feature they started, how they acquired the first enterprise client, or it wasn't enterprise clients at the beginning and then you started to work with the bigger and bigger clients. Just help us understand the first half a year of Writer. Thank you.
Yeah, great question. So my CEO is probably going to be the amazing person to say this, but she was in AI and ML for about 10 years, and she had a company called Cordoba prior. So it's similar in this space, machine learning translation. She saw the pivot in AI about 3 years ago. So she likes to say before ChatGPT was cool, there was Writer. And so I think we did have a good solid customer base going into Writer before we rebranded. But our original ICP was actually marketers. Because from a marketing standpoint, I think marketers probably are a little more early to adopt, more open to new technologies, and just like the genesis of like content generation and where Writer was, it's just an easier grasp for them. As we're going to up market and into the enterprise, we're targeting the CIOs and CTOs for more of a technical sale that will go kind of across the board versus just focusing on marketing.
Thank you, Ian. My name is Sam. Thank you for the demo. I had a question. Can you speak a bit to the governance of Writer in terms of how it limits its ability to generate unethical topics or hate speech or things like this, if that's being trying to be done by the customers?
Yeah, that's my CTO would love this question. I think they're similar to other tools like ChatGPT. There is guardrails that we put up of like things you can't say and can't do. Like obviously if you ask it to do something unethical, it'll block it. So similar to other tools. I don't know the specifics of how we do that technically, but you can't ask it to do something illegal, for instance. So there are guardrails within Writer that will not allow you to do something bad.
Okay, next question. We can just pass the mic back here.
Hi, my name is Julie. I wanted to ask for the blog feature because I've heard rumors that like Google, like SEO wise, they kind of like pick it up that AI wrote it, so they kind of like downgrade or don't prioritize the websites. Is that true, or
Yeah, I've heard that from our paid, our SEO folk and people. Depending on kind of like the use case, I think just from a demo perspective, that's one of like 26 or 27 templates within Writer that you could use. But I think I'm thinking top of my head, a few ways to kind of circumvent that kind of thing that Google is doing is downplaying it. Just take pieces of the content potentially, or put your own spin on it so it doesn't get flagged by Google, because Google's cracking down on a lot of things like email sends and all that fun stuff. So I think there's figuring out ways to kind of circumvent that from an AI generated point would be key.
How you doing? When it comes to translating the transcripts for the video,
yeah,
what are some of the use cases for that, and like why did Writer create that feature?
Yeah, in terms of just like use cases, so one thing I love doing is creating a campaign out of those transcripts or out of those recaps. So for sales follow-up, that'd be amazing. For a BDR team to point to this would be also a use case that I would use. So that's just one of many, but that's my favorite one. Hi.
Hey, my name is Donovan, and I was just wondering what's next down the line for Writer in regards to the product roadmap and features. I've actually heard a number of things about the company, so.
Yeah, that's a great question for my CEO. Let me see what let me think of what I could say. I may not be able to say anything, but I think definitely expansion into new markets. That's one for us. We are English based, right? So it has to be at an English speaking country. So I didn't realize there's 5. There's the UK, there's Australia, there's Singapore, and there's Canada. So there's all the different kind of colloquial English they speak.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for the really nice presentation. A lot of great detail. I wanted to ask, you have a lot of different clients at Writer.
Yeah.
Are there any in particular that are, really using it well, you think are just getting a ton of value out of the platform? Can you share kind of who they are and kind of what they're doing?
Yeah. Here's one. Have you guys heard of 6 Sense? ABM marketing tool. I know we're coming close on time. So one of their use cases so they've inherited a lot of companies, maybe 3, sorry, not a lot. 3 companies in, I think it was like the last year, and they're one of our key customers or kind of bigger customers. And one of their goals was to rebrand all of that content, all of those blogs from those 3 companies to sound like it was from 6 Sense. And here was the outcome. Sorry, give me 1 second. I may have lost the slide. There it is. So they updated 100 blogs in 100 minutes using Writer with a 50% increase in writing output. So that's one of many. We have lots of stories online. I'm coming up on time. And one last fun thing, because I'm in marketing and events, if you look under your seats, there's 4 of you that will get a lovely Writer hat from me after we're done. Yes, so just look under your seats real fast. You'll see a W Writer sticker somewhere. And if you grab one, hold on to it and see me after. No, sorry, it's a W sticker. It's a W sticker. So hold on to it, guys, and then see me after.
Chaos.
Thank you.
A W for Writer, everyone. Ian will be here for networking, so sorry we couldn't get to all the questions. So if you'd like to stay until 8 o'clock, we could ask him some more questions. Our final speaker tonight is Tifany Mazza. She's the CEO and Digital Marketing Director at Tykio. And the title of her talk is Behind the Metrics, Unveiling the Impact of AI on Paid Media Performance. And without further delay, here is Tifany.
Thank you, Jackson. Okay, so yeah, like he said, I'm going to talk about the impact of AI on paid media. A little bit about me. My name is Tifany Mazza, and I own Tykio, a Google partner agency. And as you see, with my team, we work for many clients from big to small. So that gave us the chance to A/B test a lot when it comes to paid media and especially manual labor versus AI. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you. I thought this is our tests and results that I would have loved to have before starting the campaign, so I hope this is useful for you. Well, first of all, paid media is not new to AI. I know that in the past years, we see AI everywhere, but platforms like Meta Ads, Google Ads, started using AI, machine learning in their early days. So that's why there are a lot of capabilities within paid media with AI. Like we can use it for performance forecasts, to reach new audiences. We can pretty much tell the platforms like, hey, this is my audience, but you can tell the platform like, hey, find similar audiences so that I gain more reach. We can create dynamic ads within the platforms, and it's very useful also for optimizing audiences, ads, budget, like it helps a lot. And like I promised, these are some of the case studies of manual versus AI-powered campaigns. So the first one, this is an example from Meta Ads. You have manual placements, which is pretty much telling the platform which ad you want to be shown where, like for example on Reels or on Instagram post or Facebook. And Advantage placement is pretty much telling Meta to create ads with your assets, and pretty much they would adapt it to the different placements. And Advantage plus placements is what they usually recommend, but as we see here, the results were better with manual placements in this case. And these are the main key performance indicators for this campaign specifically. The cost per 1,000 impressions. Impressions is the amount of times an ad is shown. It was way cheaper. The click-through rate, which is the amount of times the percentage of times people clicked the ad when they saw it, which was higher, which is something positive in this case. And the cost per click was lower when choosing manual placements. So we have a clear winner here. Then this again with Meta Ads platform. In this case, Advantage plus audiences, which is telling Meta like, hey, these are some of the audiences I have, but use your AI to increase, to gain more reach. Then in this case, we also have a clear winner, but this time it's AI. Then, so this is in Google Ads. This example, it's more tricky because responsive search ads, it's a mix of manual/AI. It's pretty much you would add some headlines, some descriptions to the ad, and the platform would kind of mix them up and show the one that performs the best. But dynamic search ad, you give the platform your URL and it would create ads dynamically. In this case, the cost per acquisition was better in responsive search ads. Click-through rate also better, and cost per click was more expensive. But in this case, since cost per acquisition, which for this client in particular was the acquisition was a sale, and that is the main key performance indicator, then we have the winner, the more manual kind of campaign. Then we have, so this kind of campaign is which is Performance Max. It's one of the newest campaigns that Google is trying to push. I was personally very skeptic because what it consists of is you give the platform the assets like texts, descriptions, videos, images, your logo, and with that campaign they would target pretty much everything like YouTube, Gmail, Google Maps, every Google platform available. Then regular campaigns would be creating those campaigns separately, one for YouTube, one for Gmail, like one for search. But surprisingly, at least for me, in this case, Performance Max one, again, cost per acquisition was the main KPI, so click-through rate was not as relevant as cost per acquisition in this case. Then we have Google Display Network. And for this one, I want to show you in platform, because this one always AI wins. Responsive display ads is giving the platform headlines, descriptions, images, videos, and they would create different ads and show them within the different placements they have. And the regular display ads is asking the designer to create them with the text, with the logo and everything needed, and then uploading them. This one, for here, like always AI wins, so that's why I want to show you for this thing in particular in platform, how it's done. This is like a dummy account I have. So let's create a display campaign. So display is mainly, you know, whenever you're on a blog post or in a website and you get to see ads, so that is the display network. So these ads will be shown there. Let's create one. Does anyone have a website, a business that they would like to, that you'd like me to create ads for? Yes. HelloWonder.com? .ai, awesome. So, and what's your objective? Leads, sales, awareness?
Leads, email signups.
Perfect, great. So let's create, I want to go directly to the, here, to the ad creation part. So can you repeat the name?
HelloWonder, all one word,
.ai, awesome. Let's go to the ad creation. We can skip this. No, we can't. Here, okay, so we have your URL. Your name, it's Hello Wonder. And now the platform is asking us to add images. So let's add images. And we already have your website, so it's already suggesting some of the assets that you have there. We can add this one. Save. Awesome. Let's see these ones. Okay, we can add, the more we add, the better, because that will enable the platform to test with more assets. So let's choose like that. It will ask us to create for the different placements available. We'll need more. And also, if we have, do you have any social media? Like here, we can scan Instagram to see if there's content there. We don't have there. Or LinkedIn, here. We can add these assets too. It's pretty easy. Facebook. Okay. So it's not suggesting Facebook. It's probably you don't have it in the website linked, but let's do it. Like, let's see this one. So I'm trying to find someone for this kind of dimension because it will ask me to. Well, let's see if with these images it will be okay. The logo, here, we got it. Perfect. Well, here we'll have to upload another one because, of course, this is not, doesn't look great, but let's do it. We can upload from the computer now. We are just grabbing from the website directly. Video is not even mandatory, but images, yes. So since we don't have the vertical one that it requires, we can add some free stock images that they are available. Let's just create with a random image. This one will be useful, perfect. So, and the suggestions are related to your platform, so to your business. one image gave us an error. Let's try with this one. Select, save. Let's see, yeah, that's a good. It's not allowing me to save. Don't say that. This one. Maybe this one's not needed. Yeah, this one is like that. Please remove the images with errors. Awesome, thank you. Good. I will have to add more. Let's see if this one works. We can put it like this. So we have the URL, business name, the logo here. We can add some headlines. What is the business about?
AI, keeping kids safe online.
Okay, keeping kids safe online. Keep your kid safe online. Of course, this is just dummy data. You can use Ian's platform for the copy. But here it would kind of give some suggested ideas. A longer title. Love that. Peace of mind for parents. As a longer headline, then we have to add description.
An AI co-pilot to keep your kids safe online.
Your kids safe online. Love that. And here we have other suggested idea. Reimagine for kids. The internet, reimagine, unleash the full potential of your child. Yeah, no, that it's not understanding what we want.
Allow your child to explore the environment.
Your child to explore. Love that. While you cook. Awesome. Then I think we have pretty much everything. And yes, now that we uploaded everything, we can see here the preview of the ad. Oh no, I accidentally left the place. Oh, but there are like many, many different kind of ads that are created there. But yeah, it's that one. With those assets, it would adapt to the different placements available, which are a lot within the Google Display Network. But yeah, that's pretty much how you can create it. But yeah, we can return to the presentation now that you saw that. Awesome. We have the winner here. It's AI and Display Network. And so there are things that we can do. Those are just examples, and there are a lot of things that we can do to help AI help us. And one of them is to define clear objectives. Once we define the objectives, we'll be able to tell the AI what we need, and once the AI knows, the AI will be able to work towards those objectives. High quality measurement is key, mainly because maybe let's say we tell AI our objectives, but if nothing is being well measured in the website, then the AI won't really know how to achieve that objective, that goal. So that it's also very important to have. Provide the AI with your main key performance indicators, mainly so that it's really related to the other two items. It's so that the AI can work towards the objective. Sometimes, like within the same account, you might have a lead generation objective or like sales, and it might vary depending on the campaign as well. Like if it's more like for brand awareness, then the objective will be different. So it's good to provide with the different KPIs to the platform. And then provide AI with content like we just did. The more content, the better, so that it optimizes towards our objective. Then with customer data, and with customer data, it doesn't need to be anything like private. It's mainly the emails, because when we provide with the customer data, then the platform knows who buys from us, and it will be able to create audiences similar to those who already get our product. So that kind of tactic is usually very useful. And then ongoing monitoring. As we see, AI is not always right. AI doesn't always make like provide the best results. So it's important to monitor the campaigns. Then these are just some of my personal thoughts on how the future of AI will look like. One of them is hyper-personalization, like seen before. Like the more content we provide, the more personalized the ads will be. Mainly the more data from our clients we provide to AI, it will be easier for it to create, to show custom data to the person depending on their needs and wants. Then the creatives, now we did, what we did is not really AI generated creatives. We provided with data and created the creatives, but at some point I'm pretty sure that it will detect the person and will know what to show to that specific person. And the campaigns will be more autonomous. Fortunately, not today because I still need my job. But that's what I see happening in the near future. And then, well, some key takeaways. It's always make your own tests. These, like I said, are just examples. It's a good place to start with, but it varies a lot from industry to industry, the results. It varies a lot depending on the amount of data that you provide to the AI. So it's good to create your own tests. Don't be afraid to fail, mainly because like you might have an assumption, but let the numbers speak. Like it's always better to let the numbers speak, and it's not that you are wrong if the numbers are not aligned with your thoughts. It's just that everything changes every day, so just it's a good thing to test and let numbers speak. Then don't always fully rely on AI. Again, it's always great to monitor, so that's important thing to do. And provide AI with a lot of data. The more data, the better. So, well, thank you for your time, and feel free to ask questions.
First question for Tifany.
So in this hyper-personalization future, do you envision an AI that will probably learn my face and then maybe potentially put me in an ad in like a Rolls Royce? Is that like, you know, the extent of like pushing the limits of what AI could do for me in the future?
Yeah, I feel like one of the things that will come down to place is the ethical aspects of AI within paid media specifically and content creation. So I'm pretty sure that there will be limitations now and regulated by law as well. I'm pretty sure that we'll be able, like that in the future, that the capability will be there, but I think there will be restrictions legally because it's an ethical dilemma right there.
And I know you obviously you use this a lot, so are there any leverages, any toggles that you already have that are kind of like pointing to that like level of like, me as a user, I'm okay with you using my data to target me? Like, what's the most personal thing that you've seen in like Google Ads, for example?
Yeah, the most personal, it's getting the data. So, you know, whenever you put data on the platform, on a website, then the AI will know, like the platforms will know where you live, your age, but especially for retargeting as well, for sending you an ad. It's now the personalization is very based on your behavior within the website. Like, let's say you are buying a plane ticket. So you search you want to go to Hawaii, then you won't receive the general company ad. You will receive the, hey, come to Hawaii, and with a Hawaii and a photo of a person on Hawaii. So that's where it is right now. But for more than 10 years, I've been working in digital marketing, and I've seen an increase of personalization within ads and campaigns and the capabilities of it as well. So, of course.
Hey, Tiffany. Thank you for the good presentation. I really like the vision for the tool, where you're trying to kind of co-pilot the whole digital marketing experience. But a question for me here, at least in the demo that you showed us, it looked like the tool has a capacity to scrape the website's image automatically and push it for the digital marketing campaign. But then the prompts were entered by us, like the objective or the description or, let's say, the taglines. So which part of it is actually co-piloted? Is it deciding the right target audience for an ad that has been curated, or is the co-pilot stepping in the part where you're trying to personalize a specific ad for the end consumers? Yeah.
So just to make sure I did understand the question. So the question is, if the AI kind of allows you to create ads specifically on the audience details,
So which part does the co-pilot aid in terms of the digital marketing campaign? Is it in terms of curating, choosing the right images from their website and curating an ad that's specific for a target audience, or is it determining which audience gets to see those advertisements in the first place? Is it used for targeting or for creating these ads?
Oh, so the platform we saw is mainly for creating the ads. I always recommend having both. Because sometimes it works better like the manual one, and also you make sure that you reach more placements, and when you are able to adapt the ads and reach more placements, you end up reaching more people. So yeah, I'm not sure if that answers the question.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Oh, of course.
Thank you for the presentation. So I have a question regarding which part of your pipeline, explicitly, utilizes the AI's capability. Because I don't see very clear in your presentation, so that's why I'm double checking.
Sorry, can you please repeat the question?
Yeah. So which part of your pipeline explicitly uses the AI's capability?
Which part of what? Sorry.
Which part of your pipeline, or which part that you have demonstrated, is explicitly using the AI's capability?
Okay. So there are many instances in which it can be used. So let's say you tell AI that your objective is sales, and you say the AI, the campaign, optimize towards sales, and let's say you have 3 ads. So then the AI will optimize those ads towards sales. It will A/B test them, and it will end up showing through machine learning, it will learn and show the ad that will perform best towards your objective. That's just one example. Then same with budget optimization or audiences. Let's say you have different audiences, people who again with the Hawaii example, people who like traveling, people who usually like to get good deals, people who are 30 and above, and people who are younger. So the AI will optimize and show with your budget, which is usually limited, it will take into account the audiences that will perform best, take into account your objective.
So the everything needs the ads to be shown to a small number of customers before it decides which ads to show, or because you mentioned that everything can tailor the ads towards different needs. So
yeah, so it needs some time, but I always like looking at it not in terms of the time needed to It's very common that people will say like, okay, so for how much time do we need to test this, for example, or how much time do we need to let AI work so that we can improve metrics and get to our objective. It's not that much about time, but it's more about having the statistically represented enough data to make a smart decision. Sometimes it's 2-3 weeks, but let's say that you have low budget. If you have low budget, then in 2-3 weeks you won't reach that number. So you will need to leave the campaigns run a bit longer until you gain enough data to make a smart decision.
So is there any human interaction or human intervention in the decision making, or is it simply, is it 100%, done by the AI?
No, yeah, there's a lot of human interaction, like mainly for optimizing not only budget, but also to exclude audiences. Whenever you get to see audiences that are not working, you can manually exclude them. That's like the main thing that needs to be done, to exclude, like especially in search, because you can see with which search queries are triggering your ads, and sometimes you will see search queries that are valuable for your business, but sometimes you will have to add them as negative so that you don't waste budget on those keywords. And yeah, if you have a person looking at them, it will be faster than AI for sure.
So as a customer, do I need to do this myself, or is it going to be handled by your team if I were your customer?
Oh no, yeah, we handle this internally, and with reports, of course, accordingly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Tifany?
Hi, my name is Donovan, and I was just wondering, has there been any sort of milestones in regards to clients that Tykio has, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, has achieved?
Okay, yeah, well, there are a lot of business cases. I don't have that in this presentation, but we do have a presentation with the business cases of revenue obtained and sales increase, not only from paid media, but organic as well. But yeah, I'm happy to share that with you. Like, it's in another presentation, but I have that also, like, testimonials and stuff.
Tifany, how often in 2023 did you have to readjust your internal process as an agency? Roughly, what were how many times?
Oh, many times. Like mainly, it's trying to be on top of the trends. That's like a daily thing. Like reading stuff. Like I personally dedicate 1 hour of my time to like read the new things, like of what is happening. Google only updates the algorithm more than once a day. So there are a lot of things changing every day. In terms of general structure, it's not that the structure will change, but it's just being on top of the trends so that we can add specific tools or not. But yeah, that's something that I personally love doing, seeing what's new. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, let's give Tifany a round of applause for this great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you had a good time tonight and you want to show support, follow our Twitter and LinkedIn. We post content there regularly. Like and follow meetup.com, likely where you found this event. We have the next marketers event posted. That's February 21st. Yeah, I have that right. We're taking Valentine's Day off because AI needs to take time for that too. And then what else? Upcoming events, here they are. Marketers in about 5 weeks. And tomorrow night, we're doing this again, exact same thing. 3 speakers, AI for designers. There's going to be some content on content creation from one of the presenters. So take a look, see if you're interested. We'd love to see you again here tomorrow night at the exact same time. We're going to repeat this. So we're not tired. You're not tired. We'll see you tomorrow night. And AI for developers next week. We're going to start open mic announcements, so you can stand exactly where I am here and introduce yourself before we kick off networking. It's a great way to kick off networking and get to know each other. And the LinkedIn live audience will be there as well. And then I have an announcement I'll take the first announcement. Yes, here's the first announcement. So this is an example of an open mic announcement. Our conference is coming up. Grab a free pass. Here's the QR code again. Grab that. For a free pass, use the code IUG rocks, and that's preloaded on the link on the Eventbrite page. If you'd like to get a pro pass, there's a discount there. It says early 99. That's because it's $99, or is it $90? It's $99. Try the discount code and see how much it is. It's less than 100, I can tell you that. So that's for a single day ticket, and I think you can get a bundle for all 3 days for $250. So it's a significant discount, and that's for you guys. Deadline's January 15th, but get in there and enroll ASAP. And with that, who would like to make an open mic? Come on up. And let's keep the continuity going in the interest of time. So let's limit it to 60 seconds and just stand right here so LinkedIn can see as well.
Hey there. My name is Russell Miller. I run a content SEO agency for e-commerce focused on B2B. We spent the past year working really, really heavily with AI and content generation. And so we have AI plus human in the loop. If anyone's interested in getting a free content outline of like your best keywords and topics to focus on for your e-commerce or SaaS site, come hit me up. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Russell.
Hi, my name is George. I'm an ex-Googler, so if anyone else ex-Googler, come say hi. I built the cloud.google.com homepage, so I also built their sales chatbot. I have a lot of experience with AI, especially conversational AI. I'm the technical founder at a company called ChainFuse, and we help you organize unstructured feedback. If it's coming from Slack, Discord, Telegram, pretty much any messaging platform out there, we grab all of that unstructured feedback. We organize it for you automatically using AI, and then we let you create Jira tickets, or maybe a presentation for it, or maybe a Salesforce opportunity or a Salesforce case, and we essentially help product teams build better products, which go hand in hand with marketing. So if you want to get a demo of that, that's what we do. And happy to chat with anyone. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mohammed, and I'm with Easy Chatter. We are a startup consisting of 4 people, and we are an AI chatbot. We help marketers convert inbound to MQLs, then MQLs to SQLs. So if you're a marketer who is spending a lot of money on advertisements and SEO, and there you have a lot of inbound, so talk to me, and we'll help you capture money left on the table. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Mohammed.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lydia. Yeah, and I just started a new startup. The name is Angle AI, and I'm helping companies to make the better website conversion and grow the demand generation for the SaaS B2B companies. So happy to talk with the marketers, show the product, gather the feedback, and in general, potentially start a pilot. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Lydia. Any last announcements? Okay. Well, thanks so much for coming, and let me know if you have any questions. Let's do some networking, get to know each other, and see you tomorrow night if you're available, or we'll see you in February.